Hello, my viewers. Welcome to Hogar Social Academy. Let us understand about the different movements which took place to safeguard the rights of the individuals. In our topic called as collective behavior and protest, as we understood about the different movements which took place to safeguard our forest area or to give the awareness about the how much forest is essential, the different movements which took place in the different corner of the country called as India, which gave a message for the protection of the forest area and increase of the forest area. In the same way, regarding rights also, some of the movements took place which we call in the form of labor movement, women's movement, anti-untouchability movements, and farmers movement. Let us understand one by one in from the chapter collective behavior and protest. So here it is. It's about women's movement. It is. Now, what does this women movement mean? It is a protest by women's. Now, women's movement, which has been done by the whom? By the women's against the oppression and exploitation of a male-dominated culture, which began from the period of 1980. Now, why he is saying as a male-dominated culture? It's because since from the long time we are seeing that women are not given the same importance as compared to the men. To the men, it is in the form of that women are considered as a weaker section. Women can't compete with the whom with the men. Women can't do the same as like as a men. Women are weaker compared to the men. Such sort of mentality has made that we have seen that in the society that from the birth, if the girl child takes the birth, if it's a baby girl, it is that, then they feel that according to them, it's a burden to them. It's a burden. Girl is taken as a burden. But we very well know that nowadays, present day, if we talk, the woman's girl, woman who is playing a very important role in the economic development of the country. So how male are important in the same way, females are also that much of important. But to take that right, the struggle has was been done by the whom? By the women. They were being suppressed, they were being beaten, they were being mentally tortured. But nowadays, women are free to take or to get the education rights, the cultural rights, for the working rights, and for their free living of their life. So women's sometimes they have to come forward when they found that there is a too much of problems has been erased, which is spoiling herself, her even her family also. At that time, one has to take the step, and this time women have taken in the form of alcohol prohibition movement. It's a alcohol prohibition. Okay, ban on the way on the alcohol, because alcohol is such a product which damages the smooth functioning of the one's life, because alcohol is a where a man spends the money which he has earned from the morning to evening by his physical and mental work. By physically and mentally he strived hard, he let huge amount of sweat from its body to earn that money, and after doing that much of hard work, if the man spends that money in drinking the alcohol, which do not gives any sort of benefit, instead of that the biggest benefit the alcohol which gives is damage of the body and loss of the family, or creating the poorness in the family. They are the gift of the alcohol. So women came forward against the stop of the alcohol because it was spoiling the happiness of the family. To bring that happiness, to make the earning to be more in a proper way, or the usage of the money in a different way. For that purpose, women came forward for the alcohol stop. Women self-help groups are being formed to give the respect, dignity, status to all those women who want to do the work, who want to do the work. The organizations like Stree Shakti, Nari Shakti, which gives the opportunity to the women to come forward and do the different works. And nowadays many women organizations have came forward which are helping not only in the finance, but even they are ready to give the trainings to the home to the women in the different works, so that they can make their own life in a very stable and in a very proper way. Women's health groups are playing a very important role in the development of the women, right, which gives the opportunity to every woman, whether from the village, town, or the city, to make themselves stand strongly in the society. No need to depend on the home, on the men, as nowadays we are seeing that women they are working in the different areas, whether it may be the from the plane pilot to the train pilot to the bus driver to the ticket collector, and in the role in the state Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad, in the central Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, or working as a chief minister or governor or as a president of India. So women's role becomes very important. So whenever such things happened which was spoiling the status, the dignity, the respect of the women, women came forward and they made the men to bow their head, as they are also responsible for the keeping the family happy, fulfillment of the family dreams, and the fulfillment of her dreams. So women's role has been important. In the same way, farmer movements took place under the leadership of Professor M.D. Nanjundappa Swami, who even established the Karnataka State Farmers Association. Now, why this took place? It's because of it was been found that in the year 1980, when we move towards the farmer is nothing but he is considered as a poor. He is said as a poor. When we use the word called as a farmer, suddenly we attach the word called as a poor. He is not a poor, but he has been made as a poor due to the different actions which was being taken against him. The farmer always thinks and keeps in his mind that the production what he produces, he should get a proper price of it. His material should be sold in a proper way. There should be no black marketing with his crops. Okay, but nowadays we are seeing more number of things, and sometimes we have even listened that regarding the word called as a bonded labors. Now why this bonded labor it came? It's because one, if the farmer is unable to sorry farmer, if you want to have the good production, as he is not having the money, so he what he does, he takes the money from the landlord or from the zamindar or the one who gives the money in the form of interest. But in return, if he is unable to pay, these people, the money lenders, who we call as a money lenders, they used to snatch the land from that farmer. And the same farmer who was called as a owner, now he converts into the form of labor. And he is going to do the work in that land till up to he will not pay the money of it. So during the time of Dr. Devraj Aras, sorry, D. Devraj Aras, when he was been there, many number of reforms were been brought, like abolition of the bonded labor, giving the proper prices of the production to the farmers, bringing the rules related to the lands, helped somewhat, but somewhere or other way, still the farmer revolt is been going on. The purpose of this farmer revolt is only and only so that they should also get a proper economy, and the government should think regarding the different land reforms which would help the farmers from poorness to the richness. For this purpose, the farmers' revolts were being fought. In the same way, another movement is called labor movement. Right now, word labor itself shows what it is, that these are the people who are working in the different areas. Like for example, working at the railway platform, working at the buses platforms, okay, working in the industries, small factories, working in a shops, okay, working in a garages. We call them as a laborers. Now laborers are also having the rights to enjoy their life, but it has been found that they are been majorly faced by the economic problem. And in the name of economy, or in the name of giving the salary, the one who is appointing these people for the different works, he tries to exploit. Many number of organizations are be there. Many number of, or international, if at the international level, if we talk, international labor organization is there. Here in India, different organizations, labor organizations are be there, who are working to give the proper interest of the laborers. The laborers who have been suffering from the different actions taken by the people under whom they are been working. So movements are against also, it has been seen that took place in the country called as India to fulfill the dreams of the laborers also. In the same way, anti-untouchability movement. This is one of the biggest drawback which we have seen in the country called as India. This untouchability, the word it's there due to the caste system. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Jyotiba Phule, Dayanand Saraswati, Rajaram Mohan Roy, Annie Besant, we are having Swami Vivekanand, many more. Mahatma Gandhi ji, the father of the nation, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. These all people, they are nothing but they are the big reformers who brought up the big changes among the divisions which was been made by the human being itself in the name of caste system, which shows or which have brought that those people who are being called as untouchables now, due to the efforts of our social reformers and by the government rules and regulations which were being made to stop the differences which was being done by the public and public, has been now abolished. So here also regarding to get the rights, proper rights, the many number of movements have been taken place, and these all movements what they did, they helped. These all movements helped to eradicate untouchability from the society. So in this way, whether it may be women's movement, whether it may be farmer movement, whether it may be labor movement, or it is an untouchability movement, it may be there. It has been found that every corner the movements were being taken place, sometime for their own rights, sometime for the whole community. In the form of, now when we talk about community, we can take example of the different environmental protests which taken place. If we talk about individuals, we can say as a women movement and the untouchable movement. And also we have learned about the mobs, their nature, riots, its nature, environmental pollution. These all were been regarding the chapter called as collective behavior and protest. Hope you have understood this topic. Any clarification more over any of the other topics, I will be always there. Come with your different comments to know regarding the different topics, and definitely I will help you in that subject, or in that sector I am going to help you. Okay, so as usual I say, don't forget to like as well as subscribe and make your other friends to also to join to Hoogar Social Academy to have more proper understanding of the subject called social science. Let us meet in our next session.